Good morning, everybody. Buddy here from Bert's Garage. Working on the MGB today. Going to be trying to get the glass in on the passenger side. I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to try to get the windshield in. I've started on that, and it's a struggle, like everyone said online it was. It's not easy. I gotta get my heat gun to get the new rubber, a little bit more flexible. So I've been working on that. Let me flip this around and show you a little couple things that I'm working on today. Hold on. Hey guys, I'm going to share with you, this is Buddy back at Bert's Garage. I sort of figured out, if you look in here, before I put the windshield in, there's a spacer that if you see where my finger is, there's a spacer right here. You can probably see it better from this angle right there. See, if you look down in there, there's a spacer. That spacer's got a hole on both sides of it, and also a small hole in the middle, which I figured out if you look up in here and you see that screw that I've got right there. I'm not sure if you can see it very well. Let me get a flashlight and put on it. But if you look right up in here, there's a screw. There's the screw that actually holds the frame on, which is right there. Now, right to your right is another screw. That screw actually goes through the frame and it attaches to that spacer. And that holds that spacer in place. So when you put the windshield in, then you can run the screws through to the windshield itself, and it holds everything together. Some of the people online, I could not figure out how to do this. Some of the people online were having lots of frustration with these also. And what I did, I put a piece of tape around it, so if I did drop the spacer, I would be able to at least recover the spacer. So until I got the screw on it. So the screw should hold it now. But I wanted to share that with everybody because I could not find anything online that told you how to do it. So I just put a piece of tape on it, held it down in there just for safety, so I wouldn't lose it if it fell through, because if it falls through, you're talking about way down in there. So it makes a big difference not to lose it. So I got the screws on both sides, and I have it ready to put the windshield in. I'll probably do that probably on a warmer day. It's a little chilly over here today. I just got back from the Amelia down at Amelia Island for the Concord yesterday, so I have not had a chance to do a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to get this stuff uploaded, but I wanted to share with everyone, especially all the MGB people. This is extremely frustrating when you don't know how to do it, and there's very little, which is, YouTube is a great source, but if no one covers it, then it's not much of a source. So I figured it out myself, and want to share it with you. Thanks. This is the guide for the window. I'm putting new felt inside of here so it'll be nice and smooth. I'm also greasing all the key points that need to be lubed. I've got some, a lot of guys were using red grease, so I'm going to use red grease. This is the grill that I'm still not sure if I'm going to be able to use it or not. I did come across a nice one in Amelia Island. I should have picked it up from one of the vendors down there, but I didn't. I'm trying to do things economically as close to and also to keep it original, but I'm trying to keep the cost down. Let me show you a couple things I did. So you can see the windshield is back in. The new gaskets on it, but I've got to get this down so I can get the bolts in it. I got the center bolts in. That was no problem. I got this. I'm sort of wanting to let it set. A lot of the guys on YouTube will put them on there and let them set for a little bit, but it's a bear because you have to get screws, 2 screws on both sides, and you have to line up the windshield as you do this. I'll show you, give you an idea. I got a light on this side. But as you can, hopefully you can see, it's a little tight up in here. Here's one of the bolts right there where my finger is. And then there's another bolt right up here. So you've got to finesse and pull it down. So I'll be working on that this afternoon. I've been real busy with my handyman service, so I haven't gotten over here a whole lot this week. But that's where we stand. Thanks for hanging with me, and I'll try to get both of these doors together today, hopefully. And I have to order a new chrome piece for the front here. I cannot find the piece that I'm missing. And but it's coming together. I got to get the headlight in it, I mean the turn signal light. And that's where we stand. So I want to thank everybody who followed me on my trip to Amelia Island, the Amelia, last week with my video. Got a lot of good comments and a lot of views, so greatly appreciate it. So hang in there, stick with me, and we'll get this thing back on the road very soon. Also, I was before I let you go, the engine, I got the engine to turn over very easily. I'm going to change that. When I start working on this, I'm going to change out all the fluids, all the hoses, everything, and just take my time when I put it back together. I have to put the heater in, the new brake box with the brake and the clutch and all that will go in here. I just want to make sure all these lines are nice and clean, which I have been working on, cleaning everything and making sure everything's pretty much spotless before I put it back together. So that's where we stand. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, and liking. Appreciate it. All right, update. I do have the glass back in, the window glass back in. I got to clean it, of course. I got all of the mechanism back in and lubed everything. So I'm waiting for a bolt that goes in here that holds the back end of the glass in. I got it soaking in some restoration stuff, so I want to put all fresh bolts back in there. I didn't like my soundproofing didn't stick very well, so I'm going to have to order some new soundproofing. So I got the window back in, and this is the window for the driver's side. So I'm going to be cleaning this up in just a few minutes and trying to get that in. I'm not going to probably work on my windshield today because I didn't bring my heat gun over. I thought I had it hanging up over here. I don't see it. So what I plan on doing is heating all this metal and rubber up so I can put a clamp on it, clamp that thing down. And I'll let you know how that goes as soon as I get to it. I did have came across that my ignition switch, the guy I showed a couple videos back, the guy had hot wired it, so I ordered a new switch, and I've got to cut this out. You got to cut a little those are things, they're break off bolts pretty much, so you can't steal them, so you got to cut a little slot across there with a Dremel or something and unscrew it to get that mechanism off. Then the next one comes in and it bolts on and has a breakaway bolt. Once you get to a certain torque specifications, that it'll break the head off, so you can't get those things out. So it makes these cars a little bit more difficult to steal. All right, so that's the update for this afternoon. I'll get with you soon. All right, a couple of days later, a friend of mine came by yesterday and helped me with the windshield. I still have not been able to get the right side down yet, so today I'm going to heat it. Also, I'm going to, let me turn some lights on here. If you see up in here, there's some, this cover will come off and then I'm going to have to re-rivet it back in. But that's behind there. I'll be able to get to the screws. So I'm going to attempt to do that in a very few little bit. I'm going to heat this up too. Did get the whole door back together. The door looks fantastic. Of course, I don't have the new door cards yet. I'll order those next month. They're going to have to come from England, so it'll be a while before I get them. But that will come with the whole interior. So yesterday I did work on the driver's side glass. Got the glass in, and I'll be getting the mechanism in later today as I struggle with this. I mean, everybody, I went online and YouTube, and that was just amazing how many people, how frustrating these are. And a shout out to the MGB Facebook page, because I couldn't figure out where this bolt goes. It's a bolt that keeps the window from going any farther so it doesn't fall out. So I had everything bagged, and I had everything, and then I got to the end and I could not figure out where that bolt went. So a guy on Facebook told me exactly where it was and sent me a picture, which is fantastic. So that's real cool. So that's what I'm working on today. I'll give you a little update in a little bit. I'm not going to bore you with the running around I'm going to have to do, or the curse words I'm going to probably be using trying to get this windshield in. So thanks for joining me this afternoon. We've got a little rainy day in South Carolina, but it's nice and warm. Might have some tornado warnings too. And give you a little update later. Thanks. All right, let me show you what we have going on here. For you people who are doing MGB stuff, see, this is the spacer right here, and this is the brace that comes up through the windshield. So I tried to heat it, didn't work, so now I'm putting a ratchet strap on it, and I'm going to heat it up, and I'm going to tie it underneath here and ratchet this whole thing down, and hopefully that will will line up the hole so I can get some bolts in there. This is the piece I had to take out right here, and I could just rivet that back in, then touch it up with some paint later. So I'll let you know how it turns out. Okie doke. All right, so I got the windshield in on the passenger side, got the door closed, all aligned and everything. Let me tell you, that was a job to get this thing all in there. I'll show you, just for those people who want to take on this project, what I found the easiest way to get this windshield in place, which I want to take it apart here in a minute, but I want to show. I put a ratchet strap up through the inside of the fender around the frame of the windshield, ran it down underneath the car where the jack stand is, when the jack stand is very strong. So that's what I did to get this thing resolved. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. I didn't have to take the little plate off like I did the other side. Took that off, and I had to re-rivet it, and it looks fine, looks good. All right, so that's where we stand. Thanks. All right, a quick walk around. Let you know what I did today. Okay, well, the last couple days. Got the driver's side glass back in, all the mechanics on the inside of the door. Got the windshield in, bolted on both sides. Got all the new rubber in, cleaned it. Looks pretty good. A couple of areas I still got to work on, but the windshield is still filthy. But it's with the pollen and everything, it's just hard to keep anything clean. So got the driver's side windshield all connected, all the trim in. Got the glass back in the door. Haven't got the mechanics on the inside. I'll be doing that later this week. But everything's coming along slowly but surely. And I'll give you an update next week. Should be able to get some more things accomplished. I want to get the turn signal in. I got to drill a hole for that. Right here, it's got 3 holes, but this is a real old fender, a '68 fender. So it's gonna have I'm gonna have to make it work for the newer turn signal, and I want to get some more bolts in this, the valance, and maybe start putting the engine back together, and getting there, looking good. Hey, thanks for following, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate it. It makes a big difference when you share and subscribe. It gives me a thumbs up, and if you want to be contacted when I do put a new video out, because I'm trying to do it probably every week, every other week, then there's a little bell. Just tap the bell, and it will do that. Will notify you. So thanks for following along on my MG. It's looking good. It's going to be quite fun when we get it running. Thanks. See you soon.